Hey everybody, it's Kevra. That's me, I'm Kevra. And yes, this is my 5th video on Mario Party Superstars, and yes, I do own another shirt besides this one, smartass. I actually own 3 shirts, so who's looking stupid now? It's still me, isn't it? So the reason I'm doing this video is because I see a lot of people basically debating this topic. I see people out there who are optimistic like me that we will get DLC, even if they know there is a chance that we won't get it. I see people out there who really want the DLC but just don't have a lot of hope for it. Then there's the super arrogant people who act like total douchebags and not only act 100% convinced that DLC is never ever going to happen, but then they also laugh and mock at anyone else who brings it up. Aww, you're dead on the inside, aren't ya? That's okay. You just need a friend. I'll be your friend. Just don't tell anyone that we're actually friends. I will deny it. Now, the first thing I want to say is kind of obvious, but if anyone is out there telling you they know 100% for sure that it's going to happen or that it's not going to happen, those people are liars because nobody knows except for Nintendo. That being said, I do think there are more reasons to have hope that it will come than to believe it will not come. However, to be fair, I want to go ahead and start off with the reasons it may not happen. First of all, we don't know how well this game sold. We have some figures to show us that it is trending very positively, but at the same time, this game is going against Super Mario Party, which is the best-selling Mario Party game of all time. So if it turns out that Super Mario Party was selling a lot better than Mario Party Superstars, that might be the sign that Nintendo doesn't want to do DLC for this game. Despite the fact that fans and reviewers seem to like this game a lot more than Super Mario Party. Which brings me to point number 2, and that's that the internet is an echo chamber, and it doesn't always represent what everyone believes. For example, if you look at the Mario Party Superstars ranking of every single Mario Party 6 is second to last. Even though for years, the #1 game I have seen people say is the absolute best, whether it's YouTubers, people in comments on Reddit, people in comments on YouTube, wherever, they always say Mario Party 6 is the best. But according to the ranking on Superstars, it's not even the best among the GameCube games. So is it that the data is wrong because all the people who love Mario Party 6 just didn't happen to buy Mario Party Superstars, but the people who love Mario Party 4 and 5 did? Or is there just some strange reason why Mario Party 6 fans happen to be the type of people who will make comments on Reddit or YouTube, as opposed to all these other Mario Party fans who just don't seem to want to express their opinions as much on the internet? And of course, this doesn't just apply to Mario Party. I mean, look at how many people, whenever Skyward Sword HD came out, so many people were like, oh my gosh, they're charging $60 for this remaster? Hell no, none of us are gonna buy this. And then it ends up selling better than the original. Another prime example is how many people were outraged that Metroid Dread, a 2D game, is $60. And people went, that's crazy, no one's gonna buy that. It looks like it might be the best-selling Metroid game of all time. Then you had the Nintendo 64 Online expansion. Everyone was ranting and raving. They gave it a bunch of thumbs down for dislikes. No, we don't want this service. For $30 for a bunch of old games? No way, Nintendo. This is where I stand my ground, and I can't even get a flipping controller. It's 2022, and I can't get a Nintendo 64 controller. I can't get a Nintendo 64 controller in the year 2022. So maybe IndieCube saw our complaints and then said, well, let's see what the sales end up showing. We're gonna remake some of this old stuff and we'll see if that does better than the new stuff that we do. And for all we know, the game isn't selling well in North America because a lot of people here are saying, are you kidding me? $60 for a bunch of old boards and mini games remade? Shh, no thanks. You know, the other thing is, regardless of the sales, maybe IndieCube just doesn't care what the fans think. Now, I know it may look like they absolutely do because, well, they made Super Mario Party as a response to the fans saying that they want traditional Mario Party again. But the fans were saying that when Mario Party 9 came out. And then Mario Party Island Tour came out. And then Mario Party 10. And then Mario Party Star Rush. And then Mario Party Top 100. Then 6 years later, 5 games later, they said, hey, we're listening to you. Here's a traditional Mario Party game. Or maybe they just said, we're tired of doing this new stuff. Let's go back and butcher the old stuff. And maybe Mario Party Superstars wasn't because people complained about Super Mario Party. Maybe it's because they just didn't want to make anything new. And they said, we're going to focus on Clubhouse games. So let's just, I don't know, for a Mario Party, let's just remake some old stuff. That'll be easy. And maybe it's not the fact that they don't care, maybe it's just because IndieCube is kind of dumb. Kind of like a prehistoric caveman.
Golden pipes for 10 coins, good. Stars for 10 coins, good. Mario Party game with no boards, good. No? Why won't soda go in glass?
But to be fair, they do seem to be evolving.
Oh, I have made fire. Fire with bad coin economy and too many golden pipes, but still, fire.
And I know I talked about this in another video, but this is one of the reasons why I do have hope for DLC, because this is literally the first Mario Party game that IndieCube has made that fans have actually said, yes, we enjoy this. This is a good version of Mario Party. Well done, IndieCube. You did such a good job, you did. Who's Mommy's special boy? Who's Mommy's special boy? You wanna get ice cream? I made it weird. I made this weird. Yep, this is weird. And because they gave us a Mario Party game that we actually enjoy, because they're evolving, because they're Mommy's special little boy. Nope, made it weird again, didn't I? Yep, I ran back into that. I apologize. But because of the evolution and the fact that people like Mario Party Superstars, I think these are good indicators why we will get DLC. Like, a lot of the naysayers who say DLC is absolutely not coming always point to Super Mario Party like that's the proof that we're not getting DLC for this one because that one didn't get DLC. And I'm always like, of course Super Mario Party didn't get DLC. Did you play that game? Did you see the way fans responded to that? It makes sense that it didn't get DLC. I don't know that DLC would have sold well for that game. In fact, I'm really glad that it didn't get DLC because that means they went on to do other stuff. They moved on from the bad Mario Party to make a good Mario Party. And that makes me happy. In fact, I think there's actually a lot of reasons why Super Mario Party didn't get DLC, which is kind of why I find it hilarious when people are like, that's the proof that Superstars is not getting DLC. Or when they post that ridiculous meme where it shows all the Mario Parties and the other IndieCube games that didn't get DLC, and then it shows Superstars and it just says LOL. I'll admit, it does make me laugh, but it's also super misleading and completely inaccurate. I mean, this is Nintendo we're talking about. So many games didn't get their first DLC until the Nintendo Switch. Zelda, Luigi's Mansion. Even Pokemon released a game on the Nintendo Switch that didn't have DLC, and then the second game it released had DLC. Then there's other games that didn't get paid DLC, but they got free updates as DLC. And once again, it was for the first time for these games. Mario Tennis Aces, Super Mario Odyssey. Like, and it's such a stupid argument to be like, well, it's never happened before, so clearly it's not gonna happen now. Like, that's just stupid. I mean, if you applied that logic to everything, then nothing would ever happen for the first time. Now, I don't think this is a strong argument for why it's going to happen. I'm just more pointing out that it's a really bad argument for why it wouldn't happen. Like, I just gave the good reasons why it wouldn't happen, but this is a bad one and I see it all the time. So let's go back to comparing Super Mario Party to Mario Party Superstars and how these are two very different games. First of all, let's point out the hard truth that Super Mario Party did not have a good version of online play. It started off with a horrible version where you just played a few mini games that everyone went, this is so incredibly stupid. Then 2 years later, they came out with a version that's okay, but it wasn't near as good as what we have for Superstars. And Superstars was created specifically with online play in mind, which is why its version is so much better. And that's probably one of the big reasons that they didn't do DLC for a multiplayer game that would be so much better if it had actual online play. In fact, aside from maybe working on Clubhouse games, I feel like the online play was possibly one of the big reasons why it took them 3 years to release a new Mario Party game. They realized, once again, that the fans didn't want to just play mini games with people. They wanted to play actual games. And they may have even tried to do it with Super Mario Party, but they realized they couldn't get a good version to work because, I mean, just look at Superstars. It has a really weird online setup where you have to start the game saying whether or not you're gonna do online play or offline play. Like, these people still clearly don't know how to do online very well, but for Superstars, they figured out how to do it well enough by creating it alongside the game as opposed to as an afterthought. You know, aside from correcting the online play that was really bad in Super Mario Party, the one other big change that they made is that there are no motion controls for this game. And I feel like they had to consider that because it was probably around the time they finished Super Mario Party that they found out, oh yeah, there's gonna be a Switch Lite, and that's gonna impact whether or not you can play Super Mario Party. So why would they make DLC for a game that can't even be played on all of the Switch consoles? Like, the absolute correct decision was to make a new Mario Party game that could actually be played on the Switch Lite, as opposed to Super Mario Party, which couldn't be played by anyone that only owns a Switch Lite. Oh, and then let's not forget the fact that every single board in Super Mario Party basically had to be made twice because there was the regular Mario Party version and then there was the Partner Party version. And I'm not exactly sure how well that would have gone over because there were some people who didn't like Partner Party, and it's like, why would I pay money to get both of those boards? I can't buy them individually because they're basically the exact same board, but you just have two different layouts for them. So you're gonna sell them together, but you still have to do more work because you're still creating two versions of them. And I just feel like that's a really complex, not good idea for DLC. Because even if they sell it cheap, I guarantee people are still gonna go, well, I don't want the other version with it, so I feel like I should be able to pay half the price. You know, I guess it could have been a free update considering the fact that it only had 4 boards. But again, you could technically count it as 8 boards because there was 2 versions of every single board. Also, we were talking about Mario Party. Mario Party makes a game almost every single year and charges you for it. So I can't imagine them not charging us for it. You know, I've said this reason before, but I'm sticking with it. Another big reason why DLC for Superstars is just low-hanging fruit that's easy for them to grab is because they don't have to make any new content. They just have to remake the old stuff. Like for Super Mario Party, they would have had to come up with 2 new versions for just 1 single board, and they had to make the board from scratch. Completely brand new idea. Multiple brand new ideas if they decided to make a multiple of boards. But Superstars DLC is literally, okay, let's look at this board. How would we fix things? This isn't quite a final draft, but it is better than a rough draft. It's like the second to last draft. You just have to add some lucky spaces, change a few things here and there, and otherwise it's good to go. Now, don't get me twisted. It's not like I'm saying that you just push a magical button and then all of a sudden these boards are created. Yes, I realize that it's still going to take a little bit of time, but as opposed to creating something completely from scratch, remaking things should clearly take less time. And we're also talking about Mario Party. Like, Mario Party comes out almost every single year with 6 new boards, a new story, 50 to 100 new minigames, new modes, like all sorts of stuff that's brand new. And I've had several people tell me that, oh, there's no way that they're gonna bring back all the N64 boards. That's way too many boards. And I'm like, okay, first off, I explicitly said in one of my videos that if the DLC doesn't sell well, then they're absolutely not gonna do it. But if it continues to sell well, why would they not continue to bring back N64 boards and just keep reselling them to us? Why would they not take that very easy route where they just have to keep remaking stuff, get a creative break, and not have to create anything from the ground up, and not have to create new modes, not have to create a new story? They don't have to create anything other than remaking some boards and mini games and maybe throw in a character. And again, if it doesn't sell well, then yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they don't finish doing DLC for Mario Party Superstars and that they never do DLC again because people just aren't interested in DLC for Mario Party, which breaks my heart, but that could always be a thing because we are talking about a more casual audience. However, if they're making money at it, I literally can't think of a reason why they wouldn't just continue doing that until we've got everything from the N64 all on this one game. Like, literally, tell me from a business perspective in the comment below, why would you not bring back more of that old content when it's such an easy choice and you're making money off of it? Because I can't think of any reason why not to, other than it's Nintendo and they're weird. And again, I'm not saying that they do it just simply overnight and then all of a sudden we have all these DLC packs. I'm pretty sure in the other video I said take 1.5 years to 2 years. And again, we're talking about Mario Party, which makes a completely brand new game basically every year. Over a period of 2 years, they would normally make 2 games, and between the 2 of them, altogether they would have 12 boards, somewhere between 100 to 200 new minigames, 2 new stories, a bunch of new modes, like all this new stuff. from scratch. And you're telling me they can't do 15 boards as opposed to 12, but they're all remade, and then 50 to 150 remade minigames? Like, not only is that completely realistic, but it just seems like the easy and obvious choice, because during this next year and a half to 2 years, they can take the creative break and just think of new ideas for the next Mario Party, as opposed to turning around and instantly start thinking, okay guys, what's the new idea for the new Super Mario Party? We gotta think of the brand new ideas and the new gimmicks right now. And again, considering the fact that so many people blame fatigue on why Mario Party sucks, I feel like taking a break is just such a good thing for them. Just to spend a few years remaking stuff and not have to think about anything brand new. Or when you do think about something brand new, you got plenty of time to really work it out as opposed to rushing it just to get that new Mario Party game out. So yeah, I think instead of 12 brand new boards in 2 years, we could easily get 15 old boards within a year and a half to 2 years. The only possible problem is that the next generation console comes out before they could actually finish doing all that DLC, but I really don't think the next generation console is coming out for another year and a half to 2 years, so we should be fine. Especially if you can play the first generation Switch games on whatever the second generation Switch is, because then you can just put in Mario Party Superstars and download the DLC through the next console, and by that time, it's probably only one pack left. So yeah, I think it's a little bit ridiculous when they say it can't be done. I think it can very easily be done. I think the bigger question is, will the consumers show up and buy it? Because if they won't, then not only can I see them start giving us DLC for this game and then just stop, but then also for other future games, I just see them not doing DLC at all, because this game proved that DLC for Mario Party doesn't work out. People don't show up for it. And if they're not gonna show up for it, why would IndieCube bother making it for us? And you know, maybe they already have that mentality. Maybe they think because it is more of a casual game that no one is going to buy DLC, even though the fans are asking and begging for it. But maybe me, you, and everyone else listening that does really want the DLC for this game doesn't really matter, because we are the minority. We are the hardcore players as opposed to the kids, the families, the people who aren't going to buy DLC. I think they still would, because I don't know why they wouldn't, quite honestly. If anyone has any data where it shows me that casual games sell horribly when it comes to DLC, like absolutely send me a link. But you know, I can't think of any specific example. And I don't know why IndieCube just wouldn't take that risk. Especially right now when they don't have to make anything new. Like, it's a much harder, scarier risk to do when it's brand new content that you have to make. But again, when you're just going back and tweaking some things to remake old boards and minigames, I feel like that is a lot easier and a lot safer of a choice to fail on. And they have to know that we're asking for it, because even before Mario Party Superstars came out, people were already saying, where's Mario's Rainbow Castle? Where's Western Land? Where's a Bowser map? How is this it? How are these your choices? Because again, everyone has different favorite boards, and there are a lot of people who are upset that their favorite boards didn't make the cut. So IndieCube has to know that these are not the only Nintendo 64 boards that people want. And not only is there a desire for more content, but there is excitement around the franchise again, because this is the first game IndieCube has ever made that the fans go, yes, this is what we wanted. And why would they spoil that by not giving us DLC for it? Why would they risk doing Super Mario Party 2, a game that people may not like, and turn the fans against them once again, instead of just giving us DLC because we like this game? We want more of this game. Why not just give it to us? Because I don't think a lot of people have faith in a Super Mario Party 2 after Super Mario Party 1. This helps, but at the same time, you didn't create anything new. You just gave us the old stuff you knew we liked already. And here's the other thing. While it is still one of my fears that they're just gonna push off doing more content until they want to do a Mario Party Superstars 2, and then it'll be like, hey guys, remember the time we did a theater show? Yeah, this is Mario Party Superstars 2, and it's gonna have the hub world of Mario Party 2, and we're just gonna give you more Mario Party stuff from the Nintendo 64 era. And by the time we get to the GameCube generation, man, it's gonna be over a decade from now. That's a depressing thought I do not want to think about. But at the same time, I feel like they're running out of time to do that because Nintendo 64 Online has become a thing. And if you've seen that leaked list where it basically shows all the planned Nintendo 64 games in alphabetical order and that all the ones they haven't announced yet are all basically just a blank slate, it looks like Mario Party 1 through 3 are on there because again, those games are in alphabetical order and Mario Party 1 through 3 fit perfectly between Mario Kart 64 and Mario Tennis. And they're gonna come out sooner rather than later, and it's best to get them out as remade DLC right now in the next 1.5 to 2 years before they hit Nintendo 64 Online. Because once they're available through that app, you know, it might hurt sales for the future games, so why would you not go ahead and do DLC before then? Now, I know some people think that I'm crazy. That information checks out, looks pretty right, yeah. Others think I'm obsessed. Yeah, no bullshit detected so far. Some people say I'm biased just because I hate the idea of doing a best of collection and only partially remaking these games. What? I'll let you know when there's a lie. So far there hasn't been one. And even after I've just given 15 minutes worth of reasons on why DLC could likely happen, I know I will still hear people say, DLC has absolutely no chance at happening. Ah, there it is. There it is. I found the bullshit. I found it. And you know, if you're one of those people, it's absolutely fine. You're kind of crazy, but that's okay, because I'm kind of crazy too. I mean, I literally created a YouTube channel just to talk about Mario Party. Even though for the past 3 years, I've been prepping for a YouTube channel that's all about how to adapt video games, starting with The Legend of Zelda, where I have written 17 scripts that thoroughly go over in grave detail how to adapt that franchise. Just so you know, it's not like I was working on it for like 3 years straight, like every single day, day and night. Like, no, I've been doing other things as well in the 3 years. So 3 years is very understandable because it's been like a side project that I've been working on and off. So yeah, even like this was just kind of me fiddling around and figuring out like YouTube stuff and kind of like a practice channel. So you chill out. And of course, the reason that I'm saying all this is just to let you know that I'm gonna be taking a little bit of a hiatus because I'm gonna be working on that other channel. But that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily done doing Mario Party Superstars videos. In fact, I guarantee I will be back probably within the next month because February is normally when we get a direct. And that lines up pretty perfectly because it's usually about 3 or 4 months after a game releases that we get a paid DLC announcement. And next month is the 4-month mark for Mario Party Superstars. And so I'm really banking on the fact that February is when we finally hear about Mario Party Superstars DLC. Of course, if we don't get it then, don't worry because, you know, like I said, they might have just been waiting and basing it on sales. And if that's the case, they may need a few extra months. But if like by the time summer ends and it's still not here, instead of me doing videos on DLC, I will be doing, well, to be honest, I'll probably be doing videos on why IndieCube is incompetent and just can't, oh my and it'll just be me vocalizing my frustration with the fact that they haven't done DLC. Or it might be a little bit of optimism of like how they could potentially fix this problem if they weren't ready to do DLC yet. I don't know. Also, SwiftJar, who I mentioned in a previous video, kind of called out other YouTubers to do a tier list of Mario Party, and that does sound kind of fun, so I might end up doing that as well. But again, right now, I want to focus on my channel that is all about how to adapt video games. And if you're interested, go over and subscribe to that. And I know there's some people who are like, why would you have 2 channels? In fact, one of my real life friends is like, that's stupid. Just combine your 2 channels. Hey Ryan, that's right, I'm talking about you. But don't act like just because you're partnered with YouTube now because you got over 1,000 subscribers that I should listen to. Actually, I probably should listen to you, not gonna lie. But I know from me personally, as someone who likes to subscribe and listen to other people on YouTube, I will say that sometimes I unsubscribe because I like some of the videos they do, but a lot of the content I also end up not being a big fan of because they aren't talking about the same interest that I have. They only have this like 1 out of 10 topics that I'm interested in. So I just kind of want to keep 2 separate pages. I want to have one page that's specifically all about adapting video games, and then I want to have another page that's kind of just its own thing. I mean, right now it's kind of the Mario Party page, but I probably will add other stuff to it. I actually already know that I'm going to do I did like a Legend of Zelda skit thing, kind of making fun of like really hardcore fans last summer, and I never uploaded it to that main page because it wasn't about adapting video games. But this is Kever's Vault, so I feel like this is where I can put all the other stuff that doesn't involve adapting video games. So if you like these videos, if you like me talking about Mario Party Superstars, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you can see the videos whenever they drop next here in a month or two. If you like the idea of adapting video games into movies or television shows, and if you also love The Legend of Zelda, go and subscribe to my other page. I will hopefully be releasing those videos next month as well, now that I've kind of figured out uploading videos onto YouTube, how to tag things properly, how to rip trailers and things from YouTube. Like, now I've got all that down to a science, but it's still gonna take me a bit of time. I mean, I'm doing that channel definitely a lot differently than I'm doing this channel. Right now I have this plan to release basically 2 every single week, and they're gonna be 20 to 30 minute videos. So right now I only have the first video done, and I wanna get like half of them done before I even start releasing them, because so many of them basically go together. Like, one basically just flows into the next one. And I want people to have this feeling of like, oh, it's Tuesday, so this video is gonna be up, and then the Thursday, the next video comes up, and then you have like a 5-day hiatus, and then the next one's up. As opposed to what I've been doing with these videos, which feels kind of like haphazard. I haven't really had a schedule. I kind of just upload them whenever they're finally finished. And it usually takes me about a week to 2 weeks to actually throw one together. And this video in particular took pretty long to do because last week and the week before, I had to travel to Nashville to do voiceover work for an animation project. You know, I have to admit that most of my acting is on camera, so I was a little bit out of my element. I mean, I'm not used to talking to a microphone. So again, other than some small funny videos, I won't be uploading anything significant over the next month, but more content is absolutely coming for both channels because during that next month, I am still going to be working on all these other projects. So this is normally the part of the video where I look into the camera and say, give it a like, dislike, comment down below, and I still hope you do all of those things, especially the comment part, because I really do want to know if this video gave you hope for DLC. Or if you already had hope and it gave you a little bit more. Or if it somehow took away your hope, and I hope that didn't happen, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I wanted to say was thank you. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but when I posted my first video, I literally told my friends, I was like, you know guys, if this video gets 100 views, I'll be so happy. Because there are so many people out there who post videos and they only get like 16 views. And I don't plan on becoming like a celebrity YouTuber. I don't plan on making this my day job or anything, but it's just, you put a lot of work into these videos, recording, all the editing, posting, all that kind of stuff. And it's just so disheartening when you're just kind of shouting into the void when no one's listening. So seriously, every single view, every single comment you guys gave, every time you liked the video, heck, even when you disliked the video, just to let me know like, hey, it wasn't your cup of tea. Like, all of that was just absolutely fantastic. It gave me a lot of motivation, so I really just wanted to say I am very grateful, and thank you to every single one of you. That's all I wanted to say, so I guess until next time, I'll see you later.